Hi ladies, I'm Alicia from Alicia's Nails here in Gauteng in the East End. I had a few nail technicians asking me how to do the French fade or the baby boomer nails here in my salon, so I decided to do this video to show you guys how. So I will be using Sweet 16 in Malibu from Gillette, and this is the code if you want to go and order some of that. It does work perfectly with the baby boomer nails. If you don't like the French pink being more natural and you want it a little bit darker, you can also use the powder petal. It is a pale rose color and it also comes out so nice with that color. I'm going to also use a makeup sponge or a makeup wedge, and this would be the end result. Okay, so I'm going to take a clear stick and I'm going to apply my base coat as normal, thin layer. And then you can cure that as normal. I'm going to speed up the curing times because I don't want the video to be too long. Okay, so after you have cured your base coat, you are going to apply your first layer of Sweet 16. And then you can cure that as normal. You can then go and apply your second layer of Sweet 16. And also cure like normal. Then after curing the second layer, you are then going to take your sponge and you are going to cut a piece off of it like that. Then also make sure that when you do work with your sponge that you don't put it down on anything fluffy like a towel or anything like that, because you don't want the fluff to go onto the sponge, because it will then go onto the nail and then you will see that as soon as you top coat. So what I do is I've got this little containers that I purchased from Westpac. And then when I'm not busy with the sponge, I actually put it in there and I put it on the side. So you're going to take your sponge and then you are going to take your white. You are going to apply it on the one side. With a new sponge, you will see that it does soak up the gel a lot, but the more you use the sponge, the less it soaks it up. Then you're going to apply your Sweet 16 on the other side. Just like that. I will show you my sponge that I'm currently using in the salon. It's much bigger. You don't have to use it this size, you can use it a little bit bigger. It's just the more you cut the sponge, the bigger part you're going to have. So this is mine. You can already see that it has soaked up the gel, and with this one I usually reapply gel every second nail. So you're going to then take your sponge and you are lightly going to sponge over the entire surface here. You're going to sponge left to right and a little up and down just to blend the white and the pink together. Do not over sponge because it will pick up the whites again, and it won't be on the nail, it will actually be on the sponge again. So don't over sponge. If you do feel like the surface looks a little like uneven, don't worry about it, because as soon as you put top coat over, when we've sponged for the third time, then it smooths it out completely. Before you then cure the after you've stamped, not stamped, sorry, after you've sponged, then you're going to need a Q-tip or a cotton bud. Then I put my gel finishing wipe in one of these containers. It is actually very easy to press it down, which makes it easier when you want to save time. So then you put the cotton bud in there, and you actually clean around the cuticles, because when you sponge onto the nail, I will show you on my nail, when you sponge onto the nail, the gel actually goes onto the skin. There's no way of preventing this, it's just the way it is. You can use liquid latex if you are familiar with it, and if you do know how to use it. I prefer using the cotton bud, because with the liquid latex it tends to break off in pieces, and then I feel like it takes longer than just to take the cotton bud and just wipe around the cuticles like that. Make sure that you come as close to the cuticle as you can. Do not wipe on the nail, but wipe all the residue off, so that when you put it into the lamp, that it doesn't cure onto the skin. Because if it does cure onto the skin, you are going to struggle to take it off. And with my experience that I had in the beginning when I did sponging, I was so worried about the sponging part and if it's going to come out right and all of that, that I actually forgot to wipe around the cuticle, and I had to soak the client's nails in foot soak just to be able to take off the gel that's cured around the cuticle. So it's not a good situation to be in, and it is very embarrassing. So make sure that you do wipe around the cuticles. Then after that, you're going to go in and sponge for the second time. You're going to reapply white on the one side, and the same with the pink. Then you're going to do the same, sponge, dab, dab, dab. Don't overdo it, just make sure that you have the sides and that it is nice and even. Then you can cure that, but before you cure, make sure you wipe the cuticles. Okay, so then you're going to reapply white and pink on your sponge, and then sponge for the third and final time. You can go in and sponge a fourth time if you really want the white to pop. I just like it to be subtle and soft, and then clean up around the cuticles, and you can cure that as well. After curing the third layer of sponging, you can go in and top coat. If you are going to do art over it, you can just wipe it with alcohol and then do your stamping, or if you're going to do stones, you can do base coat over this and then apply the stones and then top coat. But I'm using the top coat now, and I'm going to top coat 3 times. I just feel that it takes away all the imperfections and it makes the nail stronger. Yes, I have applied my third layer of top coat, and you can see it is smooth and there's no streakiness with the white. It is nice and soft. So the main thing is to remember, make sure that your sponge does not touch anything fluffy. Keep it in a safe place where it's not on a towel or anything like that. And clean up, clean up, clean up. And make sure that you clean it up well before you cure the nail. And then, like I said, if you want it a little bit more pink, you can use the powder petal. But I hope you enjoyed the video and it helps you guys a little bit. If you have any questions, you can comment below, and I will be glad to answer that. Thank you so much for watching. Bye bye.